and welcome again to another episode of Third Action. I am your host, Jason, and these are the same three giant sea monsters that were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Asher, Ford, Human Ranger, played by Charlotte.
Hello.
In the bottom center, we have Greshy Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, and his dog Phelan 2, played by Will.
Hi, I'm here.
And in the bottom right, we have Gunn, Shough, Human Champion of Erastil, played by Adam.
Evening all.
And today we have a special show for you tonight.
Tentacles.
Tentacles. Many, many tentacles. So, last time on Third Action... Oh, I don't have Sirenscape open.
Oh no.
Which would give me some cool sounds. I must have closed it when I rebooted my computer. So last time, on Third Action, the party returned to Turtleback Ferry to find it under water. You tried to rush to save the civilians as best you could. You split up from your compatriots that you had brought along with you as they rushed to aid the other townspeople. You made your way up to the roof of a school to save a group of children from a giant coiling snake. Asher showed off a brand new ability, his ability to change shape to a giant shark.
Ability? Or was I always a shark?
There was, yes, he revealed his true nature to the party.
Shark. After all these months.
That's why he hated water so much. It's only salt water that he loves, not fresh water. But yes, you managed to save the children, but not the British children. And then, as that was kind of happening, something large smashed into the side of the church of Erastil, at the edge of town. You found out that there were a bunch of many civilians holed up inside of the church, as the floodwaters had kind of trapped them there, and you all made the jump over. Some swimming. Well, I guess everybody kind of swam there. And once you made it to the church's roof, a massive creature emerged from the depths. Yeah, I think that's where we will start today. So, let me go ahead and get this all set back up so we'll get some battle music going. That's not the right map. Let's move you to the right map.
Yay!
You guys can see our Johnny Fists flash briefly on the screen. He's our patron saint. Let's get the party zoomed over here. Okay, so yes, this massive creature has... that's not quite the image I wanted, but you get it. Massive greenish black creature rose out of the depths just beside the church, and lets out a bellowing roar. If I had that available...
Oh.
There you go.
That's bellowing.
Pleasant.
Yeah.
I'm sure he can be our friend. Isn't that what you wanted there, Asher?
Friendship.
So let me get some water.
It's a mountain so big, but everyone can fit on it.
Yes, this mouth is way bigger than all of you combined. So, let me get the tracker back up, delete some things from it, and we will start over with a new set of initiatives, please. This will be, just usual perception for initiative, unless you've got some way to force something else, or some argument for something else.
37.
Alright, 37
The
from...
argument, I suppose, would be that came over here intending to fight it, but it probably did the same to us.
I don't think any argument I can make would actually make my roll better. Oh. 38.
Alright,
They
so...
all rolled pretty high, I think.
Yeah, 38, 37, 33. Let's see what this creature rolls. That's right there.
127. Sure.
Oh, I got a good roll too. Let's add it to the initiative with a 41. That's actually not so bad relative to you guys.
I was thinking that. I was expecting to be in the 60s or something.
Could have been worse. It could have been a system where, like, winning by 10 gives you an extra turn or something.
New house rule.
Okay, so first up will be Black Maga, second will be Asher, third will be Greshy, and fourth will be Gunn. As this massive creature towers over you all, it's gonna let out another roar there, which maybe it'll play. And it releases, so it pulls its massive jaw towards you all, and unleashes a cloud of greenish black breath upon you all. I need
How dare it.
fortitude saves from everyone.
Dang, all the way across the
Fortitude saves. Well, I mean,
entire
it's
church. Like, it's like
good 50 feet long.
it's also like a good 60, 70 feet away.
Yep,
Yeah, that's huge.
it has some reach.
Ooh. 123 on mine.
Where did my cool cloud of
Oh,
smoke go?
big 31. I was like, please no 2.
33.
Okay, so 23, 31, 33. The
Plus
save
muscle
DC.
evasion.
Oh wait, fuck, I have a... What is it?
Oh, do you have some bonus?
Is it evasion or is it just like something else? It's just fortitude.
Shit. Sorry, this is actually a reflex save, not fortitude.
Oh.
Whoops. Go ahead and just re-roll it, everyone. Sorry.
All right. I'm not gonna complain.
I got excited.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
25.
complain.
Okay, that's not too bad.
I got the 33 on this one.
I got a
Sure.
25.
Shuffle
I got
the
a
numbers
26.
around.
I got slightly better.
Okay, so sorry, for reflex saves, yeah, 33, 26, 25. And... Wait, why did I not put... Oh, I see, okay. In that case, we deal some damage.
So I take it I don't succeed. That is important.
On these reflex saves, no one succeeds, and Gunn crit fails.
Oh, shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
We
Hold
didn't
on.
stand a chance.
No.
Yeah, this is a pretty bad one. So, in this case, I need. So this is 32 damage. If you failed. Oh, sorry, 32. Yeah, 32 on failure, and that'd be doubled on crit failure. So 64 points of poison damage.
Poison damage?
Yes, poison damage.
Would, is it inhaled?
Yes, it is an inhaled poison.
Would a +1 get me out of a crit fail? Because I have
Yes.
a +1 against
Oh.
inhaled poisons.
Okay.
Yes, a +1 will make that not a crit fail.
Oh, thank God.
So this is a 32 points of poison damage then to each of you. And you are all confused.
Ooh.
Oh no, you got to be kidding me.
Nope, you feel something strange kind of enter your lungs, and you start to lose all sense of position where you are. Colors are flashing all around you. You are just all kind of wildly disoriented as you're in the process of like standing up and getting ready to fight. So that was that. And
Is that a condition that we...
yes, that is a condition, confusion or
I
confused.
don't see confusion on this.
It is merely it doesn't actually affect your stats in any way.
Oh, okay.
You are flat-footed. You don't treat anyone as your ally, and you can't delay, ready, or use reactions. You use all your actions to strike or cast defensive cantrips. Son of a bitch. Let's see. So your GM can have you use actions to facilitate attacks such as draw a weapon, move so the target is in reach, and so forth. Your targets are determined randomly by the GM. If you have no other viable targets, you would target yourself, automatically hitting but not scoring a critical hit. If it's impossible for you to attack or cast actions, you babble incoherently, wasting your action. Each time you take damage from an attack or spell, you can attempt a DC 11 flat check to recover from confusion and end the condition.
Catching up on all our
Damn, wow.
chat bonuses. Okay,
Nice.
so it does that, and as it does so that takes 2 actions for it to use this breath weapon on you all, and then from behind a tentacle emerges from the deep. It almost like phases up through the water, as if it had like erupted from another plane, and it's just kind of thrashing around in the waves. And it is going to strike at. Let's call that.
I was supposed to do battle cry. Oh well.
Oh, you still can.
Sure.
You didn't just get this ability, so what does it do?
It's a free demoralize. It's a free action demoralize roll. I can make a demoralize roll. I have it.
Good
hooked
luck.
up.
Oh, I have Discord slightly turned down. That's part of the problem.
Why is that 2d20? Why is that rolling?
Oh, ignore that. It does that when
ignore
it's...
the dice. Sometimes some of these actions just
Okay.
force die rolls for some reason.
Who's
Okay.
the creature? Oh, it's not within 30 feet of me, so.
Yeah, not quite. Okay, so in that case, in any event, this tentacle rises from the waters and slaps at. We'll call that Gunn. That is a 32 to hit Gunn's AC.
That hits.
Okay, but not a critical.
Correct. It hits by 1.
Oh, did we count? I didn't add flat-footed, so that would be it's a
Okay,
31.
then-
So
It hits by more
33.
than 1, but it's still not gonna crit.
okay, cool. In that case, so tentacle lashes out, smacks you for 36 points of bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning damage. I think I
Mhm.
protect a little bit against that, but I'm not sure. Maybe
Alright,
that's
well-
something else.
I'll
Sure,
let you
sorry.
figure that out. Asher,
Uh-huh.
it is your turn.
But that's a lot. I also get to make another save against confusion, right?
According
No,
to the
not in the,
text.
Oh, when you get hit? Oh, yes. Yes,
Anytime
sorry.
you take
It
damage.
says when you take damage, you do a
Yep,
DC
you're right.
11 flat check.
So go ahead and roll a d20. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. All right, you're no longer confused. So the slap to the brain gets your senses back in working order. And you see with perfect clarity now. Asher, you are confused. So, as per the text, you need to have a target in mind. Greshy is your target.
She's my target. Hi, Greshy.
A massive
Oh,
snake
it
has
isn't me.
reared up behind you. What are you gonna do? You need to
Oh,
attack
he
it.
looks like a snake.
Yeah, it
Greshy
looks like a
snake.
massive snake.
Ah, I don't like that.
The snake bodysuits started to take over the body. And then
Wish
there's just
I was still a
jaws.
When that
shark.
happens.
Man, I had like a list of things I'm doing. None of them work anymore.
I know, right? This
Yeah,
was quite
well-
a terrible way to start out this combat.
I was gonna have a cool day and now it's ruined. Okay, well, there's a snake behind me. Is it a very
Yeah.
threatening snake?
Yeah, it's a massive,
snake.
threatening cobra. Yeah.
Oh, this is terrifying. I don't like this at all. I'm gonna shoot at the cobra.
All right. So you don't currently have weapon drawn, but you'll need to
No, I
at least
can-
draw it.
Can I quick draw? Am I not
Yeah,
allowed
yeah.
to do that?
No,
with
you can quick
these?
draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Let's see. I don't have anything up. Where are my weapons? I'm confused like my character.
The question is, are you required to quick draw?
That's what he would do. I'm only doing what he would
Yeah, do what your character would actually do.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Sorry, Greshy,
No,
out of character.
I agree with you on.
With a 35.
That does hit, it is not a crit.
Okay, not a
Thank
critical.
goodness, Greshy.
Can I use my reaction, since I'm no longer confused?
Help
Sure.
Gunn.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Greshy from.
Do you really want to, though?
Well, it either makes Asher. It either gives you 10 damage reduction.
I'm looking at your hit points, and I'm
damage
going, do you really want me to stay confused or
Holy
not?
shit.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the gesture, I really do. But,
Well, what do you think Gunn would do?
Probably.
You're seeing Asher turn towards Greshy, draw his crossbow.
I think he would shout "wait" and use the reaction to
Alright.
try to dissuade Asher.
Okay, Asher, do you think you would stop if Gunn tries to guilt you out of an attack?
Yes, I actually would.
Okay, you hesitate for
I would,
just
yeah,
a
at the
moment
very
too
least,
long.
like, super hesitate.
Okay, you
Like, what?
yeah you stop the attack, but you're not sure why or what's happening. You have one action left.
Shit.
2,
I have 2 actions.
because you quick drawed.
Yeah, fuck.
Well, I'd say you still shot the crossbow, but you like turned just at the right moment and
Yeah, I
shot
looked
away.
at Gunn and it went off somewhere. I was like, what? What do you mean stop?
You turn and look where you thought Gunn was, but there's just another snake there. It's charging at you.
What the fuck are these snakes? Where are my friends? Can I think about this for a moment since there's 2 snakes and none of my friends?
Sure, I'll give
Or am I
you.
just like...
No, I'll give you as I guess in response to that reaction, I'll give you a D20 if you want to use your action to try and snap out of the confusion.
Let's try our best, everybody. Wait, give me the chat's power. The 7.
You're gonna use the 7, all right?
Yeah, probably
So-
good.
For a 9 plus 7.
That does it.
Well, you needed that 7, so out of dumb luck, you're like, huh, what? Just kind of shake clear the fog from your mind. That is your turn, Greshy. Let's see who your target is. Your target is Asher.
Alright.
I deserve this.
I mean,
First,
this is what...
yeah, a massive tendril shoots up out of the church's roof, right in front of you, and it's making like it's going to hit you.
Well, shite. Let's see how it likes a bit of electricity. And I will cast Electric Arc on Asher, and I guess bounce it to Gunn if Gunn looks threatened to me as well.
Yeah, I think so. So both of you do reflex saves.
Aye.
I'm
This is-
reflex.
The casting? There it goes.
I'm an 18.
Oh, that's not casting. Why is it not
18 from
casting?
Gunn, 29 from Asher. DC
Wait,
is
I got
29.
19. Oh wait. Oh no, it's true.
Okay, so
Oh,
They're
same
kinda
roll, either
slow
way.
For me.
Gunn
Takes
critically
18.
fails.
What? Oh,
yeah, on an
Asher
18 you crit
saves.
fail.
Not
Good
only
lord.
do I save, I critically save because I am very reflexive.
So you managed to dodge. Gunn takes 36 damage.
Poor Gunn.
As the electricity arcs, bounces off the rooftop towards Gunn.
And I'm going to take a step, I guess, this direction away from Gunn,
Okay, you.
and that'll be my actions.
All right. You hesitate and try to dart away from these snakes that are approaching you. Gunn.
okay. Let's see. I don't think I've drawn my sword yet. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Am I in
You
reach of this
swing.
tentacle thing?
Yes, you are within reach of the tentacle.
use a lay on hands on myself to gain back 30.
All right.
And Greshy has stepped out of my reach, so I cannot use a non-lethal attack on him to try and snap him out of. So I'll attack the tentacle in the water.
I mean, you could do a non-lethal attack if you wanted.
I'd have no, not and heal myself.
Oh, I see what you mean. Sure.
Can't reach Greshy, but I can reach this this creature, so I'm gonna attack it.
Okay. Ignoring Greshy, you turn your attention to this tentacle and take a swing.
I slash at the tentacle. Natural 20. 40
Natural
to
20,
hit.
40 to hit is a critical. Yes, that's critical.
I know, it's like you can't get any higher.
So
Just had to confirm.
twice. There's 1 damage. There's 2 damage, so 26 physical, 7 sonic, plus 2 special critical effects, which are target is deafened. Okay, fun, yay. And the
Nichols
target
can't hear.
the target is off balance and flat-footed until the start of my next turn.
Okay, so you slash at the tentacle. It unleashes a sonic boom, causing the tentacle to just kind of vibrate awkwardly. And Black Maga is, flat-footed and off. What was the other one?
Deafened. Deafened is a fort save. If it,
Oh, I see.
if it doesn't
Sure.
matter.
Yeah, it succeeds the fort save. I presume I don't need to ask what what that is on that roll, but
Nope,
okay,
it's not very hard.
yeah. All right, it is flat-footed. Okay, that is all your
And that
actions.
is my turn.
All right, at the top of the round, Black Maga lets out another roar, or tries to, if this button would actually work. Where is it? Come on. It's not doing it. I give up. There it is. Okay. The creature roars out, and let's see. So it's gonna strike at. It's gonna strike at Greshy. It is a 34 to hit, Greshy.
Those hits, not a crit.
Not a critical? Okay.
Not even with, not critical even with flat-footed.
All right. That damage. That is 24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, all right.
Its second action is going to be to grab you. Yoink.
Don't do this to me. Oh, okay.
So the tentacle smacks you, wraps around your body, pulls you up towards it. Give me a, I guess you get your D20 flat check for confusion.
Oh, that's true. I do. That button. That's a 2.
Okay, you're still confused.
Yeah. I thought about it and I went, no, let's give it a shot and see what happens. It's a 50-50. That's just a...
Okay, as it pulls you up, it is going to constrict you. So I need a fortitude save.
All right. Fortitude is up here. There we are. That is a 34 total.
34 is a failure, but not a crit one.
Okay.
And let's see. You take 25 points of damage, bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
And you start running out of air.
Great.
How long can you hold your breath?
Right?
I have water breathing on, but I'm not underwater.
True.
That's why did it roll an intelligence check? That's not the button I wanted. Let's do a recovery check. There it goes. Oh, it's a 5 anyway. Still confused, and My Constitution is 4 modifier.
All right, now I have to look up breath holding.
Yeah, I don't recall off the top of my head. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head either. Maybe I should have looked that up beforehand. Yeah, what is the normal for
It's
breath?
5 plus Constitution rounds.
Okay, so 9 rounds.
Okay,
Just
so
under
you
a minute
lose.
normally.
All right, so you lose 3 rounds of that right away.
Okay, so I have 6 rounds of
Yes.
air effectively left.
Yep. Okay, that was its turn as it's thrashing around on the building. More tentacles kind of rise up through the waters all around. And Asher, it's your turn.
This is such a terrible day. Okay. Greshy's in trouble. Though I just tried to attack Greshy. Now I feel bad about it. I'm gonna reload my crossbow. That seems like something to do.
All right,
And-
you pull back, reload your crossbow.
I guess I'll hunt prey the tentacle. I don't actually know if that hunt prey is her, so I'm just going to.
Yes, it'll target everything. It's all one
Okay,
creature.
so it's all right. So I won't have to like keep redoing it.
No.
I guess is all right. So I know for the future. So that's 2, and I will try and shoot Greshy out of the tentacle, not shoot Greshy himself.
Please
All
don't
right.
shoot Greshy. That would be quite mean.
A 29.
29. That won't hit or do damage, but that will help Greshy on his check to escape the tentacle.
Yay. Okay. That's
In the
gonna-
future, that should actually be an aid action, but I'll count it as one this time.
Alright, and that is my turn.
Okay. Greshy, you are confused, you can't breathe, you're running out of breath. Whoop. Sorry, what did I roll that for? I don't know what I rolled. Oh, sorry, I was trying to pick a
My target.
confusion target. This time your confusion target is Black Maga. So,
All right.
tentacle.
Like, is it the tentacles count as Black Maga or?
Yes, it's the tentacle that's wrapped around
Okay.
you currently.
Excellent. Can I cast while I'm grappled?
You can try. It's
A flat check.
It's a flat check to do so.
Well, I suppose I will try to zap it. And is there anything within 30 feet? Yeah, I'll zap it and the one over here to the northwest as well. The tentacle that's popped out.
It counts as the same creature, so that won't really work, but sure.
Oh, I can't. Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Fair. All right, and do so. Let me just roll a flat check real quick. Well, that's a 20. I believe that allows me to succeed.
Okay. You get just enough breath of air to attempt to cast. Go ahead and lose. Well, let me go ahead and roll this reflex save first. So it needs to
Sure.
try and dodge that. Reflex. There it is. Yes. It's a 29. That is a success.
It is a success, so it takes
So it just
half
takes
of
half.
18, so 9 damage.
9 points of electricity damage. Okay, it takes that damage.
And then I'll attempt to escape, I suppose. What am I more slippery? I try and wriggle out with an acrobatics check.
Okay.
See if I can slip it. Oh! Let's see if this thing works, because I forgot about it before. Snakeskin bodysuit.
Ah!
I'm going to attempt to escape using acrobatics, so we need to see if this is the way that this works or not. I guess here's the
power,
question. I'm going to try and use the snakeskin bodysuit to assist my escape attempt. Does it work?
Yes, it works.
Because if you recall, we don't remember. So
yeah, you guys never actually figured out which of these two effects it does.
we don't know which one it does, and I haven't. This is the first opportunity that I've now remembered to actually try. I should have tried on the poison earlier. But
yes, it actually functions.
okay, so that's a +2 to my acrobatics escape attempt, and that is a 32, so 34, and then whatever Asher's 8 is, so it gets 36 to escape.
36 to escape, and this is versus, should be versus their, I just had it. Escape. Versus their athletics DC. In this case...
This is probably going to not work, of course.
Sorry, you said it's 30...
36 total.
36? It's a failure. Not a critical one.
I mean,
Okay.
good, I suppose. Thank you.
Yeah. So go ahead and
Well,
lose... was that a verbal spell that you cast?
Yes, it would have been a verbal.
Okay,
verbal
go ahead and
slap.
lose two rounds of breathing.
So I've got 4 more rounds of breath.
All right.
36
Gunn.
is not enough to escape.
Nope.
It's a big ass snake monster, and it's against its athletics
Strong.
DC. It's bad.
That is very bad. Attack the tentacle. That's what I've got as an option right now.
All right. Yeah, you see Greshy up there just being strangled.
We have a 34 to hit.
34 does not hit. You swing, slicing at this tentacle, just barely glancing through it. Like you connect with it, but it just doesn't cut through.
Can you heal yourself?
I'm gonna cast shield. And
Okay.
I feel like I should save these save these pluses for defensive kind of stuff, or the next inevitable save that I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
crit fail. So I will attack it again.
Okay.
All
So you
right.
swing once, glancing blows, swing
Nope.
again. Cast shield to protect yourself and go one more swing. This time the tentacle reels back and you just swing at the air. Top of the round. Black Maga lets out another roar as the whole building kind of shudders. The tentacles begin to kind of smash at the building's roof, and you all hear screams from inside as it's doing so. One of the tentacles is going to reach out and attack Asher. And that is a, what do we call that? That is a 41 to hit Asher.
That's a crit,
That's
I'm pretty sure.
Wait, 41
Yep.
plus
41?
yeah, that's definitely a crit.
Okay, so that's a
Wow.
critical success on Asher. Another tentacle at the same time is going for Gunn, but on a natural 1.
I'm gonna
let's see.
react and use my protection on Asher since
Okay. Well, she won't stop. She doesn't stop.
Oh, I'm
coming,
sure.
as it says.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
well then become in that case become slightly weaker and charisma damaged.
Oh shit! What was your attack? You had a 34. Even with
Yes.
flat-footed, that didn't work. It's just barely off. Sorry, I forgot to count for the flat-footed. Okay, so this will be some damage reduction on this attack. Call that plus some more. 31 points of bludgeoning damage to Asher from the
Minus
strike.
12.
Minus 12, which leaves you with 19. It will use its second action to grab Asher, though. Tentacle wraps around you and pulls you back. And third
There you
action, will be to constrict everybody who's grabbed. So I need fortitude saves from both Greshy and Asher.
Black Maga is now enfeebled 2 if that impacts its strength on these.
It does, yes, it does. So let me...
Does it make a difference for Greshy?
that does actually reduce the DC. Where am I going? There we go. Constrict, okay. Those are both at least failures. Greshy's a crit fail. Asher is just a regular fail. Right? Yes, correct. So, damage-wise, that's a... what's that? 28 points to Asher. 56 points to Greshy. Greshy, you lose 2 rounds of air. Asher, you lose 3 rounds of air.
For
How
fuck's
many
sake.
did I even have?
What did we say? It was 5 plus con?
Aye, 5 plus con.
Con modifier.
And I lost how many? 3?
3, yes.
Okay, cool.
Alright, Asher, your turn.
I don't like this. This is awful. Okay.
Gotta agree.
This is the worst day in the whole world for Asher. There's the thing I was gonna do.
This whole time, Phelan's been fretting on the shore.
Poor Phelan.
Can't get over there.
I guess I could try this. Can I like shoot at it at the tentacle with my ring of the ram? I can target that, right?
Yeah, you can. Yep. Because it's a manipulate action, you'll need to roll a d20 flat check. If you beat a 5, then the action goes through.
Oh, if I beat a 5. Hooray.
I have rolled several numbers. I mean,
Did I beat it with the...
Yeah, 5 beats a 5. Okay, you're able to use the Ring of the Ram.
Alright, I'm just gonna use all 3 turns. I don't even know if it's
All
gonna
3
work.
actions?
She has to beat a DC 22 fortitude save.
oh, she beats a
22
hand.
fortitude save.
Sure.
Yeah, I think she doesn't even necessarily
Probably doesn't need a
a
roll.
5%
But
chance.
does she crit? That's what we need to know.
That's a fair
There's
point.
a...
Jason.
That's a 31. And what was the DC?
22.
22. So not a crit save.
Okay, so not a critical save.
So she does take some damage. She takes half the damage and it's pushed half the distance. I don't know if that matters here, but let's...
Oh. Okay.
Hold on.
I do like the idea of Asher just kind of pushing himself up out of the grip of this thing. Just rockets up into the air. Shoo!
6. So I'm just gonna roll 3d6. Because that would be half.
All
Do you want me
right.
to roll all of them or just roll 3d6 instead?
Roll all of them, and then we'll just have it at the
Okay.
end.
I'm gonna roll 2 sets. So 7, 18. So half of that is 9.
Okay. 9
And it's
points.
pushed. If it gets pushed, it's half of 15.
Go ahead and I'll make this into a free escape attempt. So give me a acrobatics or athletics check.
Ooh. Which is better?
I'd assume acrobatics.
Definitely my acrobatics.
Won't do it
A
though.
28, yeah.
Yeah, 28 doesn't succeed. So you try to blast yourself out of this thing's grip, but it just squeezes tighter. The tendrils curling around your throat. Greshy, your turn.
I'm still confused. Who do I target?
Oh, yes, you are still confused. Still tentacle.
All right. Going to try punching the tentacle a few times. Well, Weapon attack would require a flat check, eh?
Yeah, to try and draw it.
I'd want to get my staff out so I can actually hit it properly instead of just beating it with my fist.
Yeah,
So let's see
doing
if
the
that's-
actual attack, I think, doesn't actually incur. Maybe it does. I thought it was only manipulate actions.
I think it's manipulate and some other certain other ones do as well. Well, there's a 19 on that one, so I'm sure I succeed. Okay.
Yeah, that is a success.
All right, so I managed to draw my staff, and now I'm going to start trying to hit this damn thing. So let's
Yeah,
take a go.
only manipulate actions need the
Excellent.
check.
So, smack it once. That's
Okay.
27 to hit. I imagine it does not.
Yeah, it doesn't you're smacking it, but it's not doing any kind of damage.
Just hitting it with my staff. It's just let me go. Let me go, you damn bastard. And one more attack. And that's a 25, which is worse. So,
Yeah, same
and
thing.
I
you're
have
just
one more round of
flailing.
air left.
Okay,
Couldn't you use your turn trying to escape?
No.
Since you're being no.
I'm confused.
he's confused. He's supposed to be attacking.
That's true.
I
Gunn.
either attack or I move to attack.
Mm-hmm.
I can cast cantrips, but in this case, I feel comfortable saying I can feel my lungs burning enough to try and reserve my air and try other ways to attack, but I still have to attack.
All right, Gunn.
There's a tentacle coming for me too.
Run.
There's no running. We're all doomed.
There's,
We're all
there's
doomed
really
to
no
tentacle
running.
death.
I'm gonna try and get Greshy down. I'm gonna have to use my attack with a +9.
Okay.
Okay.
So here that is 34, 43.
Okay, yeah, you whisper a prayer to Rastal and do a swing. That is a hit. Go and roll damage.
We have 22 points of damage.
22 points of slashing and sonic damage.
Oh,
it's
also
used-
the 4 good damage. I don't think Black Maga took.
Oh, you're
Black
right.
Maga's good.
I forgot about the good damage. That was 2 rounds ago, right?
No, just one
No, it
round.
was on the last
Just one
I'm
round?
going to grab
Okay.
Asher.
And it did not succeed in getting out of the good damage.
Good
So it's still taking it.
Yeah, so we have another 22 to the tentacle holding Greshy.
Okay, yeah, you slash again, this time making a solid, clean cut. The tentacle wavers a bit and falters, loosening its grip slightly.
All right. Well, I will cast Shield again, and I'll attack a second time.
Okay, you put up your shield, kind of interposing it between you and the tentacle behind you,
Yes!
and a natural 20 on a 35 makes that a success.
I figured, but still a success, not a failure to hit.
Correct, yes.
Based on what you said, I'm guessing it's got an AC of 37.
Good guess.
Then it is a. Wait, no, it's not.
It's not.
It goes,
but it's not.
yeah, it goes from
Flat-footed.
being. Oh yeah, sorry. If it's flat-footed.
It
Oh,
would
the
be
flat-footed wore off though, right?
Did it?
When does it wear off?
What was it? What was it caused by?
It was caused by your reaction. So actually, no, it's still flat-footed. So yeah, that is actually a critical success, isn't it?
No, my reaction makes it enfeebled too, not flat-footed.
What made it? Sorry, I've now forgotten what made it
flat-footed?
flat-footed.
I don't know. You said it was flat-footed for some reason. I don't know what that was caused by.
Your critical sword strike earlier.
Oh,
Right.
the critical sword strike.
Right.
Does that wear off at the end of your round or the beginning of your round? Start of your
End
next round.
of my next. So let me recheck. I thought it was.
I'm reading your
Oh,
buff.
it says right here
You're
until
right,
the
so
start of
it's-
your next
Your
turn. Okay, so
Aye, so it's no longer
it is
flat-footed.
off. Yeah.
yeah, it's not flat-footed. So yeah, it's just a
That would
straight
have been
attack.
so nice.
Yeah, that would have been like. That would have kept it going. All right. Regular damage is another 16 points.
All right, another 16 points of damage. You strike at it again, slashing through the tentacle. it falls into the water and kind of dissolves as if being kind of like unsummoned almost. Greshy lands with a splash in the water.
I can breathe for a moment.
Give me a confusion check, Greshy.
Sure.
And take 2 points of damage from the fall.
I have 1 hit point left, but I am no longer confused finally.
Yay!
Somehow, this has happened. All right.
Okay, you land with a loud splash into the water, momentarily just drowning. You swim back up to the surface, and with a great gasp of air, everything seems clear again. Black Maga's turn. Another bellowing roar as
Breath attack again.
as one of the tentacles wraps around the cathedral's roof and starts to pull at the steeple, I guess. You hear like this crunching sound of stone as things are beginning to get ripped apart. The tentacles, however, will still attack. So they're going to attack Asher and Gunn. It doesn't have to attack Asher. Sorry, it just attacks Gunn. So tentacle attack that's that plus that. It's a 43 to hit Gunn.
Fuck. That's a crit.
Is it a crit? Okay.
43. Yeah.
43. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll shield
alright.
block for. That'll take 15 off of it, and then I think half of the.
So it does 50 points of bludgeoning damage as it strikes you. So 50 minus whatever the shield protection is.
So 35 total.
Yep. But let me see whether it also then divides in half at the end.
Shield. This is shield the spell.
Mhm.
Shield the spell, yeah. The shield has hardness 15. After you use shield block, you can't use it again for 10 minutes. But it's just like a shield blocker, so it should split the remaining 35.
No, it just subtracts the damage, and the shield spell's just gone. It doesn't do anything additional after that.
Oh, it's not split. It's actually multiply, isn't it? It's like you and the shield both take the remaining damage.
That's what happens.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Or yeah.
I'm still standing
Okay.
as a result.
Second action will be to grab hold of you. Yoink. And third action is to do something dark. I need fortitude saves for both Asher and Gunn, as you begin to feel your life force get sapped through the tentacle.
What life force? My 60.
Oh,
good!
Asher.
Oh,
Yay!
Asher. You have a hero
Yay.
point if you'd like to roll
I
it.
actually am gonna use it for that because that, dude.
That was a natural
Fuck that.
1, so sure.
Fuck it. I swear to God. Fine, 25, whatever.
Not much better, but
But it's not a critical failure.
It's not a
Okay.
guaranteed crit.
it's not.
Still.
Yeah.
And Gunn's fortitude save?
As a 33.
33. Okay, Gunn succeeds. Asher,
I swear to God.
you fail, but you don't crit fail. Okay.
Ha!
Asher, you are drained 2. Gunn, you are drained 1.
Gun crit succeeds.
Oh, do you crit succeed on fortitude
On fort
successes?
save.
Yep.
Okay.
On fortitude.
All right, you are unaffected as this thing tries to drain your life force. Yeah, Asher, you are drained 2. And then
Let's see what that does.
Oh,
It-
it's not great.
It's
Status
not
penalty
great.
equal to your drained value on Constitution-based checks such as Fortitude saves, and you lose a number of hit points equal to your level times the drained value, and your maximum hit points are reduced by the same amount.
What? So I have to.
So-
do I have to do something? Oh wait, no, it
take
did
20
it for me. Yay! So the only thing I have to remember is like I get extra damage.
Jason, are you muted?
Sorry, yes.
Oh,
You lose 20 hit points, basically.
All right, so it already did that. Luckily, yay for the sheet.
Did it
Okay,
subtract?
alright.
It should subtract your current as well. But I don't think
Yeah.
the sheet does that part.
The current? Oh, so
you
automatically
take it. Yeah, it deducts 20 hit points, and your maximum hit points are also reduced by 20.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it does the max hit points automatically. It doesn't do the regular hit points. Okay, but yeah, it's your turn. You're feeling you feel like you've just aged 20 years.
Ah, my bones. Wait, a 40-year-old does not feel this shitty. No way. All right.
Ask me in a few years, I can tell you.
All right. I don't know. When I hit 25, I start getting indigestion, so maybe that's what's happening to Asher here. Need some Tums.
Suddenly, the minor aches and pains set in.
So can I actually just like spend my turn trying to get out? I don't know.
Yeah, you can take. Escape is an action that you can attempt.
Okay.
You roll an athletics or an acrobatics check against its athletics DC,
All right.
which I
Try
believe it is
best.
no longer enfeebled or flat-footed. Oh, but it still should take the 4 good damage. Sorry, I forgot to do that. And let me also roll its 20. It is still suffering from the good damage. So that's a 28 on Asher's attempt.
Mm-hmm.
So you try to wriggle free, but its grip just squeezes tighter and tighter. That's a failed attempt.
Well, this is how we're gonna do it.
This is how we do
Wait, can
it.
I do fate points on this, or am I just stuck rolling?
No, yeah, you can do fate points. Sorry, on crit fail, I need to make sure that you're not crit failing. If you crit fail, you can't attempt anymore this turn. But no, you're fine.
All right. Well, I'm gonna add a 4 onto this one and see what happens. Well, that's not really 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
31 to get through its athletics DC. That's not enough. You still struggle to get through, and it's just getting tighter and tighter. You're running out of air.
This is so silly. You know what? Can I reload my weapon? My hands are so kind of.
Yeah, so that's just a flat check. So D20, and you need 5 or higher to attempt any kind of manipulate action.
I know that laugh. I agree with that laugh. That's
Hey,
not bad.
look, a 15.
All right, you kind of wriggle your hands to get the crossbow into position and start cranking the winding mechanism. You've successfully reload. Greshy.
All right, I'm going to swim a bit closer to make sure I'm within range, because I figure Gunn's up a bit.
Okay.
But I should be close enough. And now I'm going to try and heal the bastard. Way up in the sky there.
All right. You notice that the
Like-
waters seem oddly calmer than they were just moments ago, and you're able to swim just fine with your swimming abilities.
Oh, that's good. Well, that is
swim
66 points of healing back for
Holy.
Gunn. That is a 5th level. My only 5th
Okay.
level heal, but
Yeah,
It
you
looked like
swim
you need it.
closer and raise
So
up
do
your
you.
staff, channeling
I
powerful
should
healing
have healed
energy.
myself, but you did save me after all. And
Okay,
that's the end of my turn.
Gunn, it's your turn.
Can you escape?
Is my breath control? If I'm really good at holding my breath, is that going to help in this situation?
Yes. How does? Let me look at breath control real quick.
Breath control multiplies the number of rounds you can hold your breath by 25.
Okay.
It's the David Copperfield feat.
Yeah. I mean, you have a lot of rounds then.
I'm just gonna keep whacking, and eventually it's gonna drop me.
Just whack it right off. Eventually it'll let you go.
All right. Do what you will.
He's whacking. Nope. Not
Nope.
All
there.
right. So yeah, you swing first with your sword. That's
Oh.
a miss.
Natural 20.
Natural
On the second
20.
hit.
That will hit. not crit.
Where
Not
are
crits.
my 20s? I'm getting all the ones that you guys
15
aren't
points.
All right, 15 points of damage. You hear Black Maga let out another roar as black blood oozes out of the wound. Third action.
That's a good question.
Can't really shield, can you?
Nope, cannot do the shield.
Yeah, the shield is broken.
So I've either got a... Nope, I still can't. I don't think I can hit it on a nat 20 again. Well, actually, no, I probably could. Could be a... What is that sound?
The water.
Water.
Oh,
It's the flood.
okay. I thought it was...
It's a bit
Like
wet
if-
outside still.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a car driving by somebody. Sure, hit it again. Oh,
Oh.
did you see that?
Oh, yeah, I did.
This is why the digital dice are actually a good thing, because it actually like shows us how close we get, even though it has nothing to do with what's actually going on.
An 18 is
Yell at
not
it.
good enough. An 8 on the die. You swing again, trying to make some kind of headway on these slices, but you're just kind of stabbing at hard scales. Black Maga's turn. It's got 2 people in its clutches. Take fortitude saves from both of you, both Asher and Gunn.
Would you say this counts as a spell defense?
This first one, no. This first one is constrict.
Oh, okay.
32.
It's not bad.
Oh, natural 1. 21.
You can re-roll it.
I could. Do I want to use my reroll on a constrict?
It's up to you.
I suppose so. I suppose so. All right, reroll. 30.
Looks a lot
Okay.
better.
30. So the 30 and the 32 are both merely failures and not crit failures, so you just take the full damage.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like.
Which is pretty minimal, so 16 points of bludgeoning damage to both of you.
Minimal. Aye. Sure. As you say.
I used to have hit points. Now I don't.
I used to have hit points. I still do, but I used to as well.
So yeah, 16 points of damage to each of you, and then you both lose 2 rounds of air. Gun, you probably don't even have to worry about it.
Okay.
We're gonna die before Gunn runs out of air.
Oh, for
Well, I'll
sure.
be dead, but he's still breathing somehow.
I'll be like, it's fine.
I
He's not
need-
breathing.
Another round of fortitude saves as it tries to drain your energy again.
Is this one more of a spell effect then?
Sure, I'll call it a spell effect. Why not?
That lets me use my reaction to get a +2.
Okay, that's fine.
Ah.
Which gets me up to 41.
Ooh, completely
funny.
unnecessary, but nice.
And- yeah.
All right, that's a critical save for Gunn. He is totally fine. Asher, you gain doomed 1.
Oh, doomed one. That's good.
That's really
that
bad.
sounds fine.
That's
I don't even.
really bad.
Too bad.
Oh god.
So you feel
Bye, Chad.
your life slowly coming to an end. The doomed condition reduces the dying value you need to die.
Oh, good.
And its third action. Yeah, because it constricted and did that. What's up?
Oh no, Asher's not within 15 feet of me, so I can't try to protect him from the
We're
damage.
too far
Nope.
apart. We're
Um,
separated.
Third action is gonna try and bite Asher.
Bite?
Yep, bite.
The tentacle has a
what?
mouth.
No, the tentacle raises up towards its mouth.
Oh, I'm gonna be eaten.
Yes,
Eat me.
that is a 41 to hit Asher.
Oh, I don't even care anymore. It's that's a critical.
crit.
What are we
That's
doing
a critical.
here?
Well, we
I
didn't
don't
run
know.
when we
I
had the
have
chance.
like nothing to do.
I don't think we had the chance, but you know.
Yeah, we didn't exactly have much.
sorry, the damage on the bite.
World.
Whoops.
Oh shit! Maybe I can meditate inside the. meditate inside its mouth.
That is 43 points of piercing damage
Asher's down.
on
I
that
can't
bite.
get
All
to it.
right, I have no health.
All right, it tears into you. You are unconscious, bleeding. You gain the dying 1 condition. And your turn moves to right before its turn. All right.
Oh, yeah, I'm faster now in death.
Greshy.
Well, I need to try at least. I'm going to swim around.
And it lets your body just kind of slump onto the
Yay! I'm free.
roof there.
Of course,
That's
he leaves it
one
on the
roll I
fucking
don't
roof.
have
I
to
can't get.
do.
God damn.
Heal
Greshy,
yourself.
run to me.
Well, sure, but I
And
can't get
thyself.
to. I literally cannot get to Asher in time.
I'm fine.
Especially not with your walking movement.
I'm aware. I'm in the water though, and that would be fine. Except there's this giant fuck off tentacle right here. In the way.
Here.
Insult it. Make it feel bad about itself.
I mean, if you want,
Well-
Asher's body rolls off the roof into the water.
I'm floating.
He's
But
floating.
also try your other that one spell that we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, blame the chat for this. Chat was calling for death.
I do blame the chat for this. This is all their fault, I'm sure.
Thank you for the fool's luck. My corpse will love it.
All right, I'm going to swim around and start making my way over to Asher and see if I can get there in time. 30 will get me right to the northeast corner here, and I'll spend the other 2. Actually, I can. Holy hells! As long as Asher is still floating, I can swim to here.
I'm a floaty lad.
And I can use 1 action to cast heal and just touch him instead.
Okay, you swim all the way up to Asher, whose body is just floating there, face down in the water. Run your hand along his back. He's not breathing.
God, shitting me.
Oh, pretty bad roll. 10 points.
10 hit points is 10 hit
of healing.
points, though, so he's no longer
Yay.
unconscious. He's just wounded 1.
Hey, what does wounded mean?
It means if you go down again, you start at dying 2.
Oh my god! I'm gonna be so sad if I die.
But that is 3 actions.
Hi,
And Phelan is
Greshy.
still fretting on the shoreline, way out of sight.
All right.
Would he just at any point override what you told him to do and start swimming?
I mean, he could try. It depends on how rough the water really is.
Okay, Gunn, it's your turn.
I attack the tentacle. 37.
37 hits. Roll damage.
27
Nice.
points.
Nice damage.
27 points. Nice hit. You slice through. This one drops you into the water as you cut through it. Or you can, if you want, you can use reaction to grab the ledge.
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay.
Try that.
So as you slice through the tentacle, you plummet and then just like barely manage to grab onto the ledge and pull yourself up. You land there.
Okay, I have 2 actions left. Well, first one's gonna be run to about here. Oops. Move. Oop.
And I think I forgot it's good damage again, so I did that.
Cool.
Good call.
let's see. Looking for other useful things to do.
You still have a focus point?
Yes, I mean, I had plans for that focus point,
Those plans went out the window with our confusion spell.
but
Right away. All
Well,
of our
I mean,
plans.
this is actually not that far from coming
The
out.
original plan?
Yeah. So, let's see. I don't know how close I can get to this tentacle without giving it a free hit. I don't know how much I can move.
I mean,
So-
you probably have noticed that they haven't been taking AOs, so doesn't seem to have that.
I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to move to about here then. And I'm going to
Okay.
face down Black Maga.
All right, you charge forward, sword
For my
drawn,
friends.
and try to draw aggro away from your friends. Bravely staring at this roaring creature. Into the round, something comes flying from the north. A hail of arrows.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Gunn's cool bird.
And they all hit us and we just go down as well.
Look at baby.
Only the
And we
first
will
arrow
fight in
hits.
shade.
Yeah, only the first arrow hits out of I think that's 4 arrows.
I was like, out of 500 arrows.
And damage. 500
Black
arrows.
arrows will blot out the sun.
Yes. Nah, it's just 4 arrows. They get fired from afar. And
Sounded like an
there's the
airplane.
damage.
It did a bit, actually.
So that's plus that plus our bonus. That's 16 points of damage.
It's not nothing.
As Shalelu is attacking from the roof of
So far.
Skull Ferry to the north.
Not bad.
Asher, your turn.
Oh, Greshy, my bone.
Your what?
My bones hurt, Greshy.
Why did your bolt? Well, you did get crushed a bit.
My whole body hurts.
I know, just get onto the roof and try not to die.
I can't crawl onto the roof, Greshy.
Asher gets on the damn roof.
Can't tell me what to do, Greshy. All
I'm
right.
still older than you, I don't care how you feel.
I'm not getting on the roof. Let me sink. Okay. I had a plan. It wasn't a good plan, though.
Can you turn back into a shark or something?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Well, I don't know how your were shark abilities work, I'm sorry.
So I do have. It's my original.
Your were human
Are there
abilities are
any, like-
different than...
I turn back into human during the full moon, Greshy. It's very important. Let me describe to you my powers. All right.
Let's take a
are
minute
there
here.
any windows along the church? Is the water like straight up to the roof?
The water's straight up to the roof, yeah. The windows themselves are barred with just kind of haphazard planks.
I think everyone in this is dead.
You can hear the
All
people
right,
inside screaming.
Oh, they're not dead, Greshy. Don't worry. How much effort does it take to pull myself onto the roof?
Just one
Is that
action.
just an action?
Yep.
Oh, Greshy.
All right, summoning all your strength and Greshy's belief in you, you managed to pull yourself up onto the roof with one action. Yeah, 2 more.
Oh, Greshy. All right. So
Oh, ooh. Your crossbow is in the water too.
no, I need that.
If you wanted, you could use an action to grab it before you
All
climb
right,
out.
I do have a question in this case.
Yeah.
So my medallion gives me false life. It says it takes 2 actions to cast. Does it still take 2 actions if it's an item that does it?
Yes, yeah. You're just using the 2 actions through the item.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get my cross. I'm not getting on the roof yet, Greshy. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna grab my crossbow and do false life.
Okay, so you pick up your crossbow, sidle up against the roof, and grasp at the Sahedron medallion, meditating a moment on the meaning of life and enveloping yourself in a thin blue aura.
I sure hope I live tomorrow, Greshy.
I hope we all live tomorrow and today.
I hope you live. I hope Gunn lives. He's going nuts up
He's-
there. He's gonna kill her.
He's right in the face of it.
So you gain an over hit
Speaking of
points
face
equal
of it.
to 6 plus your charisma in this case. Plus 3.
So 6,
6 plus charisma plus
3.
6, 9, 12.
Oh, you have a charisma modifier. Should have.
Oh, sorry,
wait,
charisma
no,
modifier.
charisma, my bad.
Modifier, yeah.
Alright, so. Hold on.
So you just
Sorry,
have 9
that's-
hit points. Unless
Temporary
you-
hit points. Temporary hit points. Yeah.
Is that a secret question?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, look at my cool spelling of plus. That's what it says.
Oh,
there, so.
it's supposed to be charisma though. If it comes through an item, I think. Well, you know what? No, I'll give you your sure. You can use your wisdom.
Yay. Well, then it's still.
Okay. In any case, it is Black Maga's turn. It lets out some more grunts and roars. It's going to start by attacking Goon in front of it.
Not.
That is a what do we call that? Plus 38 to hit Gun.
That's a hit, but not a crit.
Not a crit. Okay.
I think this is my best strategy: is to get grabbed by it and then kill the tentacle.
I like your strategy.
That's 26 points of bludgeoning damage. Second action will be to grab you and pull you up. And third action will be to try and constrict you. Fortitude save.
Yep. Getting it ready. There it is. Not great. 27.
27 is a failure. So it'll be 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Another 20.
And you lose 1 round of air.
From your
Greshy.
90 rounds or whatever.
At this point, one of the 2 of the tentacles have completely pried off the roof here, and you just hear screams of people inside as they're like rushing to get away from the tentacles.
Well, we needed to pry the roof off eventually anyway to get them out, so...
He's doing us a
Black Maga.
favor.
Everyone's
Turns out
happy
Black
about
Maga is
this.
actually our friend. Has been helping us the
He's
whole
trying
time.
to help us save these people, actually. Yeah.
We're
All right.
the real evil people here.
I never knew
Greshy.
George Washington looked like this though. Let's see.
10.
I don't imagine it appears to be any sort of undead, so this is going to suck a bit. But I'm going to spend 3 actions to burst heal. And it hits everything within 30 feet, which I believe includes the tentacle monster.
That's a good point.
Maybe she'll be happy.
If it is undead, it would take damage instead.
Don't you get to choose? Do you not get to choose?
All living and undead creatures in the burst.
Yep. Okay.
30-foot emanation.
All right. You unleash a wave of
cleric
healing
that
energy.
makes it fancier, but I'm
I
not
see.
cleric, so that will be 31 healing. That's a really nice roll, actually, for the 3 of us and Black Maga.
Okay.
All of us
Black
now.
Maga's wounds begin to close over, but so do your own. So you manage to extend the fight. Gun.
I like the phrasing of that. You can't extend the fight. If you'd all just slide down and be dead, we'd be done with this by now. It'd be fine.
All right, here we go. I'm whacking it. 39.
On stream, Gun.
No whack.
All right, yeah, whacking away right in front of this creature. All right, 39 will hit for how much damage?
27 points.
27 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, it almost took away the healing.
Yeah, you undid the healing.
She's very confused now.
And,
Like, why does it heal and then it also hurts?
and again. Nope.
25 won't hit. You slash again, trying to cut through, but no blood this time. Third action.
And third, yep. Let's see.
Crit
Once
fish.
again, I'm going to pause and try to check into my options. And still end up with third attack.
All right, third
Reaction
attack it is.
attacks, nothing.
All right, 17 to hit.
No.
You swipe again, just scratching the surface. Top of the round, Asher.
Alright, Greshy. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like I could climb up on the roof.
All right.
Ah! I'm on the roof, Greshy. Are you proud of me?
I am proud of you. I don't know why you should be asking for pride at this point, but
I need someone to be proud of me.
all right. Well, I'm proud of you. Good job.
Thank you. Alright. Woo. And I got my crossbow, which is reloaded.
That is important.
So that means I can shoot at something for the first time in like 5 rounds.
For the first time in forever.
So I'm gonna shoot at tentacle number farthest away from everything
Okay,
on the other side.
sure. Yeah, you
I guess
turn
it doesn't really
and
matter because it's just her, but
What about Black Maga's face?
Shoot it in the
Oh,
eye.
Right.
I didn't think of that cut. Hold on, let's. It's her eye. Yes. All right, I'm gonna shoot her in the eye.
all right, go for the shot.
I'll
Wait,
shout
Kat,
like, shoot it in the face.
give me strength with
Is
your.
Would you like to
Asher,
use your
like,
plus
looking
4?
Around.
Are you using the 4?
I'm
all right.
using the 4. I'm using the will of chat. Where's my weapon? Where's my gun?
Where's your gun?
Where's
He's
my
over
gun?
there.
All right.
He's in the tentacle. Oh,
Hey, let's see.
That makes the difference, I
38.
think.
that's a 38.
Yeah.
38. Yep, that'll actually hit. Roll damage.
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this.
This monster is a bastard.
Let's see. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I think, because of crossways.
Did you reload on your last round?
So it's just.
Does it just carry over
having
indefinitely?
hunt prey. Hold on. Let me recheck. I might be so tired. Ash is doomed. He doesn't know what he's doing. Let's see.
I think
He
if
just
you're
feels the end of the world coming down.
I think it is.
I think crossbow ace only applies to your next attack this round or the next round, and I think it's been more than that
when
since
you're
you
wielding
reloaded.
crossbow and use hunt
Yeah.
prey or use interact to reload your crossbow. All right, so
Yep.
no plus, just 9, 10, 11.
okay. So 11 points of damage as you
Unfortunate.
manage to strike it in its eye. It lets out another bellowing roar that shakes the foundation of the building. Water ripples all around you, and it kind of reels back in pain.
Good. I have one more action. I can move and reload. That's fun.
There you go.
I don't know where I'll be moving to.
I'm just gonna stay swimming in the water.
I'm gonna actually go like.
It's a bit chilly, but
I'm gonna go over this way. I'm
I have better mobility.
and reload my.
Did Black Maga make a
No,
good
wait.
damage check recently?
Uh,
Yep.
Yes, it did on that turn. Yes, and it keeps
Still
failing.
seems to have it.
I'm gonna stay in the middle.
I'm okay with this.
I'm so nervous about these tentacles and their
Okay.
horrible reach. Okay,
All right.
and
Is that
reload.
you reloaded? All right. Black Maga's turn. It is going to take a bite at a gun. Its big old toothy maw. That was not a real roll. There we go. Plus that is a 49 to hit.
do you think?
Critical?
Yeah.
All right, critical bite.
Double critical, only because
Double
double
critical.
critical isn't a thing.
Sure.
49. Are you
Yeah, 30,
serious?
49 to hit. Yep.
Fuck.
Let's see. There's
I'm just trying to keep these blokes alive.
Okay,
plus
my corpse will be beautiful if I die.
Oh, that's
call
great.
that
I mean,
an exquisite corpse. That is
Great.
that is 82 points of piercing damage.
Bye.
Gun.
yeah. Yeah, I figured.
All right, it bites hard on you, tears into your flesh, pulls at you, and you are unconscious, bleeding. You're dying one. Then it kind of moves its eyes down, like moves its head down closer to you, and stares at your limp corpse with its dark red eyes. They begin to glow and swirl. Give me a fortitude save. Sorry.
there-
Ooh, is that a fortitude save? That's a will save, actually.
Okay. A 32 on the will save. Minus whatever penalty for being dying.
I don't think there's a penalty for being dying.
There's no penalty for dying. Okay, it drains your life force further. Your dying value increases by 1, so you're dying 2. And your turn moves to before Black Maga.
Okay.
Greshy.
2 actions to cast healing at Gunn. Because you're not taking him down like that.
Does how much negative?
Oh, sorry, you had also been
matter?
dropped on the floor. No, negative damage doesn't matter.
Okay.
Unless it did,
Alright.
like, double your maximum health or something in one hit.
You regain 43 hit points, and you are conscious again. Though you have dropped your sword, and you're prone, I believe.
Yeah, you've landed on the building there. Well, let's roll again. Yes, you're on the building. Your sword is kind of teetering on the edge as it let go of you that round.
Cool. All right. What do I do with my last action? I don't even know. I guess I'll climb onto the roof as well. Seems like
Okay.
the place to be.
Climb your way up onto the roof, and as you do so, Phelan splashes out of the water just behind Asher.
Oh,
Hi.
Lets out a mighty
oh,
woof.
Hello, Phelan.
And is just kind of shaking off the wet.
What a good boy.
what's it
Top of the round. Shillelagh lets out a few more shots.
They'll miss.
No, 2 of those hit.
Oh, nice.
She's OP. She can hit it twice in one turn.
I was thinking that.
I should probably get the extra attack at her maximum.
Yeah, she's
Like
pretty good at
well,
this range
so-
thing.
Yeah.
There's a feat that rangers can get that's basically you can
Oops.
attack twice for
For your first attack.
I.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah, that
call
makes
that-
And I don't believe you apply MAP until afterward.
MAP.
multiple attack
yeah.
penalty.
Okay.
For hunted shot, I think you do, but in any case, she deals 20 points of damage to it. Okay, it's peppered in the back with 2 more shots. Asher.
Oh, it's me. Hi,
She's
Phelan.
Shillelagh's shouting something, but you can't really hear her over the rain and the roars.
Damn, I should have got a read lips, dude. I knew I should. That's okay. Give me 1 second. Did I get?
Gunn, you would be wounded too, by the way.
Okay. How do I? Let's see. Let's put that on.
It just means that when you go, if you go down again, you start at dying 3.
Yes.
Oh, dying 5 is when you're dead.
Dying 4.
Dying 4.
Except for
Dying
Asher, who's a
four-
dying 3 because Asher's doomed.
Unless I think you have
Okay, so-
you have die hard or something, some feat I think, don't you, that increases your dying value?
Toughness,
Requirement.
maybe.
Toughness might actually.
I thought one of you had this feat, but
I thought
I-
about taking it and did not.
oh no,
gives you a
toughness.
Bonus to recovery saves.
Yeah, sorry, I think it's die hard that
I don't have that.
oh, maybe they don't have that anymore. Maybe that was in the playtest
do.
only.
I thought they do.
Or do they?
Pretty sure they do.
I don't remember. Anyway, in any case, Asher.
None of us have taken
Okay.
it, I think. So.
No.
I'm gonna shoot my shooty bow.
Oh, I see. It's die hard, but it's only one word. And yes, die hard
Like-
will increase it to dying 5 is the limit.
I just
Natural
shoot
one.
myself.
Yeah, you take a shot into the wind, the bolt just goes flying off.
Ugh, this is rough, everyone. Oh, I can reload and wander around. Let's wander. We have the ability. We can do it.
Okay, you reload and I guess you do a running reload. You move and crank that gun.
Let's try again. Let's shoot again.
All right, you
What?
take another
Go,
shot.
go. Nope. Nope.
Another natural
Nope.
one. Your
Nope.
crossbow bolts are just flying off in the wind. Gun.
I don't like this.
You're unconscious.
that's
Your
just
sword is on the ground.
No, I'm not.
Sorry,
I'm
you're
prone.
You're prone. You're prone is what I meant.
Yes.
And
I'm
your
gonna
sword
have
is
to
on the ground
stand up
beside you.
and pick up my weapon.
Yep. Okay. So that's 2 actions.
But based on that, I'm gonna use my spell that I've never really used much before. With my third action, it's a single action cast. It is Litany Against Wrath. So I chant a litany at Black Maga about how peace and love are gonna save us from him or her. And she needs to make a 28 DC will save.
28 DC.
Ignore
will
the
save.
damage.
Okay. Where's the will save? There it is. That is plus that. That is a 26.
So that's a failure on. Each time the target uses an action that deals good damage to at least one creature, it will take 5d6 good damage.
Oh, sorry. Each time he deals damage to at least one creature, not good damage.
At least
okay,
one
yes.
good creature. Sorry, deals
Yeah.
damage to at least one good creature.
All right.
Greshy looks around awkwardly.
She's good in the spirit.
Okay.
A particularly wrathful creature would be taking 1 degree of success worse. The example is a wrath demon, so
That's true. I would actually call this a particularly wrathful creature. In
So
which
on-
case,
on
that
a crit
failure is a
failure-
critical failure.
then it becomes also enfeebled 2, and this lasts for how long?
I think it just lasts for until the end of your next turn. I think it's like 1 round. I believe.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Okay. That was your last action for the turn. So
Correct.
it's going to, in a fit of rage, it's going to slap at you all with tentacles. This one of the tentacles kind of phases through the building. You hear a bunch of shrieks as it does so.
Ah!
And Gunn, Greshy, and Phelan, I guess, are all going to take attacks. That is, for Gunn, that's a 36 to hit.
That hits.
For Greshy, that's a 33. Oh,
Still
sorry,
hit, not
not
a crit.
33. That's a... Whoops. That's a 28, actually.
Hits still not crit.
Okay. And for Phelan, that's a 30 to hit Phelan.
It's not a crit.
Okay. So 3 hits. It has to take how much good damage?
10d6 for 2.
What?
You said 5d6 and then it's
on a
2
crit
attacks.
failure, it doesn't. Oh, it's only 1 action, isn't it? Was this
Each
one
time it
action?
uses an action to deal damage to at least
Yes,
one good
each
creature.
time it uses
Oh.
an action to deal.
Yes, this is technically 1 action that it has to.
Oh, it's 1
attack
action
with
to
all.
do with 3 attacks? Well,
It attacks with all the
Alright.
tentacles. Yep.
well, that's shenanigans, Jason.
Yeah.
Did not realize Flurry of Tentacles was in this game, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, it's flurry of tentacles basically. Actually, sorry, this is actually 2 attacks. It can only flurry
Okay,
with 2
then
tentacles at once, so it would take 2 of those. So you can go ahead and roll that damage. She will roll the
Sure.
damage to each of you. So for Gunn, let's call that. There's your damage from the tentacle.
So
Okay.
that will be 15 damage. Is that correct?
15
Yes,
good
it
damage, 5d6. I
For the first one, and 20 for the second one.
Okay, so Gunn will take 29 points of bludgeoning.
And-
Greshy, sorry, yeah.
Also, she became enfeebled too, so that should reduce.
Oh,
Another
yes.
2
Oh,
off
that
of her.
reduces the attacks as well, doesn't it? Or is
Yes,
it
yes,
just
sorry, that does reduce the attacks. So I've been at 28 to hit Phelan.
does not hit
and-
Phelan?
Okay.
You said it was a 28 actually to hit. You said it was a 28 originally to hit Greshy, and
So that'd be a
that makes it 26, which does not hit Greshy.
No, he said 33 to hit Greshy.
Yes, but it was without the MAP, which he then applied, which brought it
Yeah,
down
I
to
missed the MAP.
28.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that actually misses both Greshy and Phelan then. But still hits Gunn. So I guess only does one of those. It only takes
Yep.
one of those damages. But that's
Let's
27
take
points of bludgeoning
15.
damage to Gunn.
Okay.
And it takes 15 points of good. And in the process, so as it slashes out at you, slapping away with its tentacles, it rears back in pain. You can see the shining light kind of rise up its body, like through its veins, seeming to kind of like pulse and cause it some strong measure of trauma. It kind of reels back and starts to pull away into the water. And as it does so, its tentacles lower and it drifts off, screeching as it does so, leaving behind a trail of black blood.
Yeah, you run away.
I'm going to blow my last AoE heal while everyone's within range still. And that will be this one.
You hear it just echoing off in the distance as it's being carried away. It doesn't seem to be swimming away so much as it is just kind of being dragged by the current through Clay Bottom Lake.
Everyone heals 18 hit points. And Greshy falls flat on his bottom. What the hells was that?
It's a piece of shit.
I have no idea. Unexpected.
No kidding. Are you two okay?
I'm perfect. I'm
Somehow.
fine. I feel like I'm gonna die. My bones hurt. My brain hurts.
All right.
You hear a lot of murmurs, whispers down below, and after a few moments, you hear like the kind of beginnings of a.
Oh, good. That's what we want.
You start to hear like a standing ovation from the people inside the church as they begin cheering.
Are you all okay down there?
If you Gunn approach the edge and look down inside, you can see water kind of has kind of taken just like the bottom, like only like an inch or two of the floor inside the church. But you see a bunch of people, women, children, all kind of crowded around, and you see the The priest he waves up at you. Ah, brother. Yes, I think we're all fine. Is everything okay up there?
No.
No, but we live and know.
We're alive.
For the moment. Can you all swim, or do we need to get your boats?
Sorry, what? Go ahead.
How did you keep the water out?
Well, it started to... when the floodwaters started to rise, a bunch of people came over to the church, fled their homes. We started boarding up the church, and before we do it, the entire exterior was just completely flooded. We couldn't leave. We didn't expect it to be this bad.
Well, that's fair enough. Greshy, what did you...
Oh, I was asking if they
boats.
knew how to swim or if we need to get them boats or something.
Some of us know how to swim. Boats would be helpful, though.
If those of you who know how to swim would give me a hand, I'd be happy to, we'll go get a couple boats and see if we can get you all out of there.
All right, I'll gather
water's-
I'll gather the stronger folk. I think we've got some ladders in here. It'll be a moment. And he starts coordinating some of that.
All right. The waters you said earlier were looking a bit calmer.
Yes. Whoa. I didn't mean to do as much as I
I
did.
say that, and then suddenly the rain
Wow.
starts again.
No, the rain is still going. The rain is still going this whole time. But yeah, the waters are actually beginning to recede. As the shape of Black Maga fades off into the distance as it gets dragged south along the river, the waters actually begin to fade quite quickly. As the church managed to grab some ladders and get a few people up onto the roof to start assisting you, but it already starts to seem like the waters have receded. They recede quite quickly. Within a matter of like 10-15 minutes, there's only maybe like a foot of water
Suddenly
left
it's
around the
us who are
church.
stuck up on the roof.
Luckily, there's these ladders that they've managed to procure. Do you
It
think
doesn't
this
take too
was
long either
Lucretia's
for-
doing?
Shalelu
You
to
think?
make her way over. Are you guys okay?
Hi, Shough.
No, but we're alive.
How long does Doom chill around for? How long are our statuses here?
So Doomed,
I
I
don't
believe,
remember.
goes away every time. It goes down one every time you rest. Yes, each time you get a full night's rest, Doomed goes down by one. And
All right.
Drained.
Drained is the same, if I recall correctly.
Yes,
I
drained
looked that
after
one
a
up.
full night's rest, your drained value goes down by one.
How doomed and drained are we? I can't.
You're not doomed at all. Asher is doomed 1 and drained 2.
And
So
I'm
it'll take a couple
wounded?
nights sleep for Asher to be up to full effect, but he should be feeling better.
All right,
Bit.
I'm wounded 3 and Asher is wounded.
I can actually get rid of your wounded conditions if we can take a breather up here. Cure or treat wounds will deal with wound conditions. It just
What
takes
kind
me a
of
minute.
wound do I have? Is it cool? Do I look really cool?
It looks like a shark bit you on the side.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Your arm is like pretty horribly mangled.
Hey, look at this.
I don't think this bone is supposed to bend this way.
Wow, Greshy. It really bit me.
Yeah, it did. You did not.
Hurt.
Charlie
Ah.
bit me.
On my finger.
Yeah, seeing the waters recede, the church people offer you the ladders to get back down into the church.
Maybe we should shrink Phelan before he gets fallen through.
Sure, we can bring him back down.
He's so good. He swam all the way here.
He did. He
Yeah,
got
he
all the way out
was.
here. I'm so
Wow.
impressed.
Oh, good.
What a good boy.
Oof.
I'm
Were you
okay.
you were just moving him every turn, weren't you?
Yes.
I noticed about halfway through him like slowly creeping up,
Yeah,
and
I saw him show up.
I was like not gonna say anything.
I'm like, he's got one action per turn, right?
Yeah, one action per
He would-
turn and 40 feet of movement at most. So
He would
I love
try.
Greshy. Greshy's in trouble.
giant creature.
We'll give Phelan a hug. Come on.
Group hug. Everyone get together.
Good. He was so worried about everyone.
All right,
Yay.
yeah. The four of you
We're gonna bring Shalelu
clamber
in for this.
around. Yeah, Shalelu will come in for the hug. You all squeeze Phelan, and he's just still kind of trying to shake off the rain that's just constantly falling.
He's just so wet and covered
We're
in
all
moss. It's
very
just disgusting.
emotional.
But
Oh.
you all lived.
Barely.
Barely.
I was
What?
I
was
don't
preparing
think...
to go out to get a localized quake shot in on Black Maga's body directly. Like I figured that would be
I
a
don't
thing
think
that
she's
would do
dead.
awesome.
Well, what
Is
in the
she
fresh
dead?
hells was that
No, she's
thing?
not dead. We may get another chance.
I have
Yeah.
no idea. It was some sort
I
of
think she's alive.
Giant
tentacly-
serpent creature.
yeah.
I've never seen anything like that in all my life.
Well, now it's out over here in the lake, so I'm sure that's gonna go swimmingly.
I've read about this in my book.
Get it? Swimmingly?
Asher says.
No,
Can
What
I take
book?
out my cool
Afraid-
book that's all soggy?
I don't follow.
Yeah, Asher can pull out his book of Monsters of Lamashtu that you bought
I recognize
many
it
moons
from
ago,
the
or took many
picture.
moons ago.
Yeah,
I believe you got this from Nualia's possessions,
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
I've
Been a
just
couple
reading.
books?
Yep.
Well, I mean, I've been mostly reading. There's a big picture in this book, and I remembered the big picture, and the reading was kind of boring, but
maybe we'll check what the reading has to say now.
yes, would you like to know about Black Maga?
Would you like to know more?
Do you want me to recite?
Oh, is that what
my
she's
knowledge?
called?
Oh yes, her name is Black Maga. She's horrible. She is also wait. She is one of Lamashu's Mothers of Oblivion. I don't know what that means because Jason didn't clarify that for me.
It's just a title.
Oblivion.
It's just
That
like
sounds horrible.
it's like Black Maga, and there's like a big like picture of her, and then underneath it says like Mother of Oblivion in quotes.
Mother of Oblivion. She.
I believe it.
I'll just read off the book. Asher's reading skills. She's believed to be able to speak directly to Lamashtu to enact her will. She is rumored to not exist. I don't think that's true.
I think we have some evidence to the contrary.
There have been sightings near Storval Deep. I think there have been sightings in Turtleback Ferry too, but that's just me.
Storval Deep.
Yeah. Do you know of that place? Ooh.
Sounds about right. If it came from the Skull River.
All the way up north. I'm guessing the Storval Deep is much bigger than Clay Bottom Lake.
Yes, Storval Deep is a massive lake in the mountain range. That's the source of basically the entire Skull River, and I think the Yonda-Bakari River as well, which is what the Clay Bottom Lake kind of becomes down below to the south. There's a massive dam, ancient dam called Skull's Crossing. That's supposed to keep all the water in Storval Deep. But
Starting to think it didn't work.
Not all of the water, because otherwise there'd be no river. So,
She
but
is...
mostly the lake monsters are supposed to be, you know,
I have a little more info. Let's see. She is the herald of powerful storms. And she uses the storms to pull her victims into their watery domain. Ooh. And she transforms them into snakes. So I guess that's
Oh.
why we saw a lot of snakes.
Oh, former victims.
4 townspeople.
And she's said to
Aye.
be god-proof. And bonus points, if anyone's interested, anyone who cuts her heart out and bathes in her horrible blood will become invulnerable to gods. So if you're interested in something like that, it's an activity to do.
I fear it's a bit late for that, Shillelagh says as she's looking off into the horizon.
Also, how is
Yeah.
it immune to gods, but also we
How-
could kill it to cut its heart out?
Well,
How
you know,
does
you
it-
can kill gods. That's
What I want to know is who wrote this in the book and how did they know? Because presumably they've never succeeded in cutting Black Maga's heart out, or she would be
Uh,
dead.
That's
So-
how all these types of books are written, Gunn.
That
This
sounds.
book, other books about other gods and ancient things, they're all just little fairy tales about
Yeah,
what people
just-
think will happen.
That part of it seems pretty unrealistic. I don't know.
Ooh, there's also this part about if you talk about your experiences, black blood wells up in your throat and you choke. So, I don't know how true that is.
Considering you're talking about it right now, as the rest of us are.
Yes, let's talk about our experience. We fought Black Maga. She kicked our ass. Then we kicked her ass. Do
Well,
I
let's be
feel any
clear here.
black
Gunn
blood?
kicked her ass.
Gunn did a great job.
No, you don't feel great, but you don't feel any black blood welling up from your throat.
That might just be the drained.
Eh,
Might be your bones aching there.
So, you know, half fairy tale.
Aye.
She's apparently older than most gods, which makes sense to me.
Well, I suppose not much point in warning them that something terrible's about to happen. I think it already did.
Yeah. Well, it seems like Lucretia didn't summon her so much as make a deal with her,
Or even just released her. Maybe
release
she
her.
was stuck.
Yeah.
Stuck behind the dam.
But she's still not. I mean, she'll come back.
Will she?
So
But-
most likely, she'll go
Something's
heal up
not
and
right,
then she'll come
though.
back.
if
How did she get out?
if the dam broke, why is the water receding?
I assume that's her storm.
Either that or the dam isn't broken, but damaged somehow. Can I determine if the flow of the river looks still to be above normal?
Sure. Give me like a nature check, I guess.
Nature. Oh, not sweet, sweet nature. It's only 24.
24? I mean, it's not a super hard check. It's rapidly approaching a more normal flow.
Okay.
It's slightly elevated, but
So there's still maybe something, but there was either that or perhaps there was just a large overflow above the dam that once that was gone, the rest of it did, but she would have been able to get out that way.
Maybe she crawled. She has little tentacles.
Maybe Lucretia made it rain enough that Black Maga was able to get over the dam, and then that makes it, or through, and then that makes it 100 times worse because she brings the storm.
Well, I mean, her tentacles phase through things. Why can't she phase?
Didn't seem to be able to phase.
She didn't
She's
try.
been up there the whole time.
Well, I mean, she just didn't, but her tentacles did. They went through the whole building.
I mean, why would she have stayed in Storval Deep if she could phase through the dam at any time?
perhaps
Maybe
she
she
didn't
likes to
have a
say.
reason to leave.
Lucretia gave her one.
Sometimes I like to stay in my house, too.
Sometimes
Well-
you're forced to stay in your house.
We can
For months.
speculate more later. Let's get out of the rain and get all these people to safety. Figure out.
Oh,
Sure.
right. Well, we probably don't need to get the boats now. Water's
Hey,
gone down
I
pretty
just
well.
walk.
Climb down the ladders into the inside of the church.
Okay. Yeah, you guys.
Sure.
You guys climb down the ladders into the church, where you can see people preparing. Some people are like opening the doors and peeking out. Some are starting to try and mop up the water on the floor. Though, actually, no, they wouldn't, because rainwater is just pouring into the middle of the church now, so it's kind of a lost cause at this point. The priest thanks you. You've truly saved us all today. I don't know how to repay you.
Worry about that later. By the way, the Black Arrows have reclaimed Fort Rannoch, but they're severely undermanned.
Well, that is
I was
good
figuring we
news
can-
that they're free. Sorry, go ahead.
Seems like there might be some people here who might want to go shelter up there, where things are less floody.
Yes, we can certainly try and round up some people who would be able to make the journey, though I fear the sick and elderly may not be up for such a hike. We can try to move those people
Yeah.
to the other side of town. There, at least, they'll be safer should the floodwaters return. Do you think we've passed the worst of it?
No.
Oh, I doubt it. I doubt that very much.
I think we have.
I appreciate your optimism, Asher, but
I don't know how long it'll take for Black Maga to recover.
well, there's also the concern that Black Maga may not be all that you have to worry about.
But I wouldn't expect it to be too long before she's back to terrorizing the shoreline villages. Not just Turtleback Ferry, but what those other there's two more, aren't there, that are all on the same lake?
Aye.
Who knows
Madraka.
who knows where she'll strike next?
Yeah, I
Probably
can
any
say.
place with a church.
Bitter Hollow. Well, Bitter Hollow's not quite on the lake, but Pandaka's down there.
Well,
You should send a
if-
messenger to Pandaka if you can. Let them know.
Certainly, I'll try and find someone fit and able, and we'll send them right away with the fastest horse. If there's anything else you need me to do, I'll be glad to do it. Please feel free to. I know it's wet in here, but if you need to take a moment to rest, by all means, Rastal's home is
that
your home.
sounds like a good idea.
Aye, let me bandage up some folk here a bit.
Let's start meditating.
You folk have certainly put in a day's hard work. Rastal thanks you.
And we're not done yet. What time is it?
Are you guys? It's still pretty
We
early.
left-
It's
We left in the
It's-
morning, we got to town.
We are not going anywhere, Gunn.
yeah, it's probably
Well, I'm
around
aware of that.
noon.
I'm just wondering how much we can reinforce ourselves with the rest of the day.
Yeah, so it's about noon right now. I think. Given your
Well,
hike
we can try
from-
and help out the people here in town
Mhm.
a bit, see what we can do to help them out. In the meantime, I'm going to try a expert level treat wounds on both Gunn and Asher.
Okay,
My wounds are cool, Greshy.
this is
That's
DC
good.
20. 35 is a
beats
crit
it easily.
success.
35.
Yep. Okay, so 48 plus 10 to both of them, and your wounding conditions are removed. You are no longer wounded.
Not terrible, but not great. 29 hit points back for the two of you. Actually, I can hit myself with that as well, because I can go so
Yeah,
far.
yeah, that's
So I'll just hit myself with that.
okay. So yeah, you take some time while in the church there, bandaging yourselves
Where's my-
up.
Where's my token?
It's not on the screen, but you can just change it in your character sheet.
Can I?
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
I can move you back to the.
Look at the fancy
Oh
map.
yeah, there it is. There it is.
Oh, well, we should see what we can do to help them get settled in now that the immediate danger's passed. But I don't think anybody should go anywhere tonight, as much as we have other things to do.
Well, the only place we might go would be back to Fort Rannoch, but with the townsfolk to escort them. That's what I was.
If we can get them organized in
Considering
time,
now,
I'd be fine with it. Otherwise, I wouldn't mind staying around and helping out.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we can see what the good father will do as far as repayment goes.
Yeah, we may need to bring some more firepower to bear on this.
Okay.
God, that was not great.
Yeah. So you guys,
That was
you take some time there in the church to reflect on life.
But I'm impressed. We all actually did very well. You all, I mean,
You lot didn't die. That's something.
Well, I'm gonna go
You
reflect
kept
on
us
life
going, Greshy,
outside
and-
of the church. I wouldn't stay in it.
Greshy, Asher sulks his way
I'm
out of the church.
rain.
Asher saved all the children and
Yeah.
didn't shy away from the fight either.
At least this time I got thanked instead of some god that nobody can see.
A what?
That's what Asher said.
Okay.
I'm starting to wonder if Gunn's fallen into the wrong crowd here. We have an anti-theist and a dwarf who doesn't care either way.
But yeah, every 10-minute rest now, I can do 2 lay on hands. So I can
Well,
start
You can do a couple now, but that only took me 10 minutes to bandage you up.
right.
I could
So we
keep
can
going, but
start
I'm not
spreading
going to
those
worry about
around.
it at the moment.
I'll do myself first because I'm a selfish bastard. And then
You deserve
At
a
the moment.
healing.
Let's probably spend, say, an hour getting things underway in terms of repair and coordination, and then meditating and then helping out the party and anyone who's critically wounded in the
Sure.
church here. Does that sound good?
I think he's asking the
Sure.
party.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, what about you guys? I mean,
I'm going to make sure the horses get rounded up, make sure that we're
The
ready to
horses.
travel.
good idea.
We need to go find Blitz wherever you left him, Asher. Where did you leave
I
him?
tied Blitz up in a very safe spot, and I'm going to go pet my horse.
Okay.
I also want to find where everyone else is, because the last I saw of like the black arrows,
They're on the
running
shoreline, I
around
believe.
helping. So
Aye.
yeah, I have to
Yeah.
make sure.
So Asher, you head out to go find the horses, and they're mostly where you left them. I mean, yours is tied up. The other horses are actually nearby. They've all collected there beside your sickly horse.
Yeah.
Almost as if they felt like they needed to protect it.
Just keep him company.
They're kind of
Yay,
like
Blitz.
shielding your horse.
Grandpa horse.
And taking the horses up to the north over by the bridge, you can see a bunch of the Black Arrows and a bunch of the townsfolk are kind of gathered there, soaking wet, hanging out, some of them under trees, just Black Arrows attempting to fix some wounds, other people volunteering to help dress wounds and that sort of thing. They're doing like accounting, making sure everybody's accounted for. You see the school children who are all excitedly talking about the water monster they saw that helped them out. They don't know what a shark is, so.
Yeah.
Um,
What is a shark? Asher doesn't even know what a shark is. That sounds cool, kids.
Well, I have some questions for Asher about exactly what happened there.
And you see Jakardros is currently coordinating with a few people who are carrying supplies around.
That-
Okay.
Does that
Looks like
form come
everyone's
from your
okay.
mom's side or your dad's side?
You don't know anything about that. You don't know my life.
You can ask in. You can ask
We
in
don't,
character.
because somebody doesn't talk about it.
I don't believe that either Greshy or Gunn has like ever been around when he's talked to either like Shalelu or
No.
Jakar.
And you don't just share this
Sure.
stuff, so we have no idea.
Dude,
No, we
when
totally
you
were.
around?
No?
You guys were talking in the cave after we was it the cave? Yeah, between
only
when we
thing-
escaped Fort Rannoch the first time and when we went back.
They went ranging.
They went
were
on
looking
a-
for food.
Yeah, they were looking for food at the time.
No, I mean like before we lit it on fire. When we just went out for a couple minutes, there was definitely, I think there was an exchange at that time.
So like
I
in
guess I'll go back
the
and see
cave
what
in like
happened.
the back
Perhaps,
area?
but
Where we all were. Yeah, the one behind the waterfall.
I think
I don't-
the only thing he said was not to die. And then the only thing
Yes.
Jakar said was, now I have something to live for. And that's it.
Hmm.
So there was
Yeah.
like, an interesting implication.
we really don't know what's going on there. And now Asher's turning into sharks, and none of this makes sense.
My true form.
Turns out Jakardros was in love with a shark the whole time. I think.
In any case, Asher, what do you want to do?
Oh, what? I was just like, seeing like, oh, it's good that everyone. Well, it seems like most everyone's okay. Everyone's alive and accounted for.
Yeah, it seems like there are definitely some injured people and some people who've lost some stuff. It'll be a little bit rough for these people, but still, most people are still alive. Seems like most everyone's alive.
Now I have a
Shalelu
cool
saved that woman that got
bandage.
dragged under.
She did.
Nice.
Yeah, you don't see that woman in particular, but it's an assumption. If you ask Shalelu, she'll say that she managed to get her out to safety.
Oh, good. That's
Good.
good. Well. Oh, I guess I can tell the story about. I was like, man, Black Maga, dude. Let me tell you about Black Maga.
Who are you telling that to?
Whoa, Black Maga.
Jakar.
Jakar? Okay.
I'm gonna tell Jakar about it. My dad needs to hear my cool story. I finally have someone to share my cool stories with.
All right, so yeah, you excitedly tell him the story of you guys facing off against Black Maga, and that's what that loud noise was. We could kind of see it from here, but I'm just thankful that you're all alive. You did good.
I almost died. He like
Me
points
too.
to his arm. It's like, but I didn't.
Actually,
Oh,
I
you're-
was in the church.
You're a tough man. Not anybody could survive,
too.
or not just anybody could survive that sort of thing.
That is true. I don't think the children would have survived if they had fought Black Maga.
Well, not yet anyway. Maybe one day they'll grow up to be as strong a man as you.
Oh yeah. Yes. See, everyone's giving me words of affirmation today. It's a good day. Greshy gave me words of affirmation. The guy in the church kind of did. Now my dad did.
Gunn did
Big
as well.
pressure. Oh yeah, Gunn did do it. He said good job. Yes, everyone said good job. Asher's feeling
Asher
good.
had a good day today.
Yes.
It's gonna go in his journal. Dear diary, I had a good day today.
Everyone was
Almost
really
died.
Nice.
It was
I almost died, but everybody thought I did a good job anyway.
Almost died. Greshy almost died. Gunn almost died. We didn't die. Everyone said we did a good job.
You know, you're pretty good with that bow and the whole ranging thing. Have you ever considered, I don't know, joining up with the Black Arrows? We're kind of short on men now. Could certainly use someone like you.
Yes. This is where I leave the party forever now. Man, you know what? That is an idea to keep in mind. Right now, there's sort of some stuff I gotta take care of with the guys, you know? we have to figure out all this mumbo jumbo,
Yeah, the boys, we gotta
gods
go.
or not gods
Well,
stuff.
that's fair. This all seems a bit over my head. So,
A bit over
what?
mine too.
Do you think that creature's gonna come back here?
Do I think that? Is there any way of me to? I don't think like there's any way of me to like knowing if it would come back. I sure hope not.
Yeah, you only know what your character, you know about as much as your character knows at this point.
I'd honestly just say if you see a big storm coming to get to higher ground, that seems like the sign.
He kind of looks up at the rain still falling on you all.
Yeah.
Well, was that it? Was that her plan? You think? That Lucretia woman?
You know, the more I get into this, the more I don't really know what anyone's plan is. I'll be honest. I always think it's one thing, and then it's another. Yeah. Greshy did tell us the rains were weird. Nobody listened. So, I don't know.
You're
I guess
right.
all we can do is find Lucretia and try our best.
He thinks about it and frowns. Yeah, you're right. Well, I guess we should try and get some of these folks up to Fort Rannoch. Not everybody's going to be able to make the journey. We don't have enough beds for everyone, especially since we burned down the new barracks. Oh boy. And you said you thought that creature came from Storval Deep?
Yeah, I mean, that's where my book said she lived. But I don't know.
That's
I've
no
never
good.
been up there.
Well, it seems like the dam's still intact, I guess, and he's kind of looking over at the water. But maybe we should have some people go check it out. Something doesn't feel right here.
There's so many places to check out now. Now I want to check it out.
Because I don't... If her plan was to... Well, either she was trying to get that creature to attack us, or she was trying to flood the town. And if she was trying to flood the town, this doesn't seem like it worked. Certainly the
No.
dam's not broken yet, or at least not fully. Maybe she just raised the water level? You think this storm would be enough to do that? Just kind of looking back up in the air again.
Do I think that? Is there a way of knowing?
Nature check.
Ooh, I love nature. I'm an expert with a 29.
29. Certainly the rain would help fill the reservoir. You think that if the water had overflowed, or if the water was overflowing, it would just be like a constant rise? This was definitely a rush, as if something broke. Like there was something must have obviously broken at the dam, and some water gushed through. But this doesn't appear to be like all the water.
Maybe it was just the top of the dam that broke off. Maybe she bashed her way through it. I thought she would do her tentacle thing. But maybe that's all it took. Maybe it's something else.
Yeah, maybe I'll just send a couple of the black arrows up there to check it out.
I'll talk to my lads. I talk to my buddies and see. Maybe there's a list of things we have to do. We have to try and prioritize.
All right, well, just keep me updated on whatever your next steps are. I'm going to try and make sure everybody's good here. We'll try and organize a group of people to get escorted out up to the fort. Probably try and start with the the able-bodied, the men and women who can wield arms, and perhaps the children that'll at least not be able to, or not get in the way. The rest are going to have to stay here, unfortunately, or maybe we'll take them to another town. Anyway, we'll work on it. Just let me know what you guys are up to. We'll be here for at least a few more hours.
Cool. Well, he turns to leave, and then he stops for a minute and turns back. He's like, real quick, and he pulls out the locket, and he's like, have you, in all your years of having this, did it ever do anything? Did it ever feel like anything? Did you feel anything from this?
From the locket? No, just
Yeah.
regret.
And he looks at, he's like, okay. Alright. Cool. Well,
He kind of tilts his head.
puts it away. He's like, I'll come back. Yeah, it just, I don't know. And he just goes to walk away. He's like, I don't know, it just feels kind of like home a bit more. I haven't felt it in a while.
She always wanted you to have it, you know. It was supposed to be yours when she passed. I'm sorry, I didn't think you had made it. I'm a fool
That's
for
okay.
believing that stupid
don't-
dragon.
Believing him. What did he say? I was dead?
Yes. When I found him there in the woods, your mother's body mangled there. I asked what happened to you, and he just kind of trails off, and I was stupid.
Well, that explains a lot. It's okay. You know, I spent years thinking that you had just abandoned us. And I also spent years thinking that Mom had just had a freak accident and that I was just alone. But, you know, it's cool. It's cool to know that, I mean, it's not cool to know that Mom died to a dragon. That's terrible, but it's cool to know you're here now.
Well, and, I mean, I did abandon you. It's not your fault that I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, up until the dragon, killed her, we were having a pretty good time. It's good memories. I get to keep those.
He just kind of nods. Unsure what to say. He seems just kind of kind of stares at you for a bit and kind of fidgets awkwardly.
You know what's gonna happen? Ooh, we're gonna hug. We're gonna hug it out. Let's hug. We're hugging.
Okay. He kind of awkwardly goes for a hug.
Here we go. We're hugging. Yep. All right. Here we go. Step one in father-son relationship is a hug. And now we're hugging.
Come here. And he squeezes you. Alright, he lets you go and then kind of pats you on the shoulders.
Yeah, the straight guy pat. 3 pats.
3 pats.
All right, we did it. Cool.
Alright, don't do anything stupid. I mean...
I'm not gonna. I might hug you again at some point. Watch out.
Sure.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go
He
find
turns and awkwardly
I'm gonna
walks
go
away.
see what everyone else is up to. Bye, Dad.
Bye, Asher. Alright.
Today's such a good day. Actually, feeling great.
Okay,
Doomed one.
you are doomed 1 still.
Doomed 1, drained 2.
Doomed one has made me rethink my life a bit. So time to show love to the world. Time to go hug Greshy and Gunn now. I'm in a hugging mood. They better be ready.
All right. Yeah, you return to the church where Gunn. I guess. What would you guys have been doing? I guess in that interim. You might. All right.
Meditating, healing. If I have any points back by the time Asher shows back up, I'll throw out some more heals.
Sure. Yeah, you might have one of those lay on hands ready when Asher returns.
Then we'll. They come two at a time, so I'll.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Hit. Is Greshy still?
Actually, Greshy would have gone out as well, and would have had Phelan entertain the children.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my God.
They are super excited by Phelan, and they have fun tugging at his fur and jumping on his back onto the saddle, and Phelan seems mildly amused by it.
Big dog just sits there, just goes, okay.
Yeah, he kind of sits there while they kind of play around on him. He occasionally boofs to scare them. Kind of stands up and waddles around, and they kind of follow him around a bit. But yeah, you managed to cheer up the children quite a lot. So
How's the mayor? I'd probably be talking to the mayor.
The mayor's a bit rattled, but he would have gone off for a bit during this time and
Okay.
returned to you in the church with a small chest. And listen, Gunn, I know it's not much, but the townsfolk gathered together what they could, and we hope this small offering is enough to repay you for the good work that you and your friends did here today.
Well, thank you, first of all. You don't owe us anything. We're in this for many reasons. But we will use this to further our quest here. To help protect the town. Not only this town, but apparently this whole region.
I know the
which
money
seems to be under threat.
I know the money will do well in your hands. Then, I can trust you with it. And he places the coffer in your hands, and you can feel the weight of it. It is the equivalent of 2,000 gold in assorted coins.
It's not bad.
Thank you.
Completely robbed these people who just lost half their homes.
I mean,
No big deal.
what are they going to use it for? Buying
Gambling.
food? Gambling?
Well, gambling's all done, so.
Oh no, see, now we get to start it back up again.
Oh my God.
This time we use our own tattoos.
Wow.
Maybe
Still,
not so much. Alright.
Fight greed with greed, huh?
I just don't see what's the point in all this. What exactly is going on here?
That
I'm probably using a totally different
Good
voice for
question.
this guy than I used the original time. I don't remember what I sounded like
fine.
before.
That's a good question. Here's what we know. We know Lucretia has been gathering power in the form of greed offerings. We don't really know her objective. If she has one other than enrichment. We don't really know her strategy. But we figured out a few things and we can maybe extrapolate. She's made deals with the ogres and potentially with this black maga. And she has targeted Turtleback Ferry in particular thus far, and Fort Panic. Is there any... What's the next major city in this region? So one possibility is that she's gathering her power here and building up some kind of base in order to wield that somewhere else.
The biggest city in Varizia is probably Magnamar. That would
Which
be
is quite a
quite the
ways
feat.
downstream. But
Which
it is downstream,
Ugh.
so if whatever she's doing is based in the water, if she takes out the dam totally, she could even flood down to Magnamar, I would imagine.
Hmm.
Maybe that's the long term. Maybe that's the next step, rather, in her
And
plan for world domination.
what's her goal? Just murder? For the fun of it?
Well, the only thing I can think of is we did hear this story about Black Maga's heart. Maybe she thinks she can somehow become a god or gain the power of a god. We need to learn about the ancient Runelords because she seems to be following in their footsteps, her and her sister. The powers they're invoking are the powers of ancient wizards or some kind of sorcerers known as the Runelords, who dominated the world back in the day. Or at least the region? Not really clear on that.
The world, basically. Or a large portion of this region, at least. You would have to
Yeah.
probably ask more to learn more about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm afraid I'm not terribly well versed in history. But I see. Seems
But if
like
we
we're
think about it
dealing
in steps down the road, it may be that her next step is to totally destroy the dam, flooding the whole region out.
that would be catastrophic.
Or perhaps there's something up on Hook Mountain that she is after. I don't feel that the ogres are really involved in her long-term strategy. She didn't seem to be too attached to them. They were more like pawns.
I could see that. They're not known for being terribly smart. Perhaps she offered them something. Well, it seems like your quest will be a difficult one. But I wish you good fortune, brother.
Thank you again. And you as well, because you've got a lot of responsibility here.
Yes, the people do need me more than ever, I suppose. When I became mayor of this sleepy town, I didn't think anything like this would ever happen. I thought the burning of the paradise was the biggest disaster we would ever face, and here we are.
I think you and Jakardros will be able to align your interests and protect both the fort and the townsfolk
Yes,
for the duration of this
recruiting new
series of events. Yeah.
recruiting new forces for to man the Fort Rannoch is probably our top priority. Well, in any case, it looks like your friend is coming. I'll leave you to it. And Asher is walking up to the church.
Give
Time
Asher
to hug Gunn.
Are we hugging?
Gunn, you're getting a hug. Ooh,
He's just like wide-armed, walking
Asher
towards you.
back. Yep.
Oh, Gunn, we lived.
Of course.
You lived. I watched you almost die. You're doing well.
You
Where's
seem to
Greshy?
be feeling all right, but here, and I'll heal Asher another 30.
Squeeze a little tighter.
Healing hug.
Healing hug.
Yep.
Squeeze that healing juice in. Mm-hmm.
Aha.
Then, are the folks around here stable?
Yeah, you spent some
So
time
people, not stables.
healing up the couple people who were injured here. It looks like the people around the church will be doing fine as the
Okay.
mayor.
Then let's go find
Awesome.
Greshy.
Oh yeah, I gotta hug Greshy.
Me too.
We're all gonna hug.
All right.
Did we already do the hugging thing?
We hugged Phelan.
Yeah, you did hug
It was like a
Phelan.
group hug thing.
Okay, so you guys find
one was
Greshy out in the city square, having Phelan do some simple tricks to amuse the children.
Getting a hug.
You just come up behind him and hug him.
Yep. He doesn't get a choice in the hug.
I'll distract him.
Hi.
Hi, Greshy. Oh, we're alive. It's so great.
Yeah, it's definitely good. But
It's not a
Neither of you
weird
died?
long hug. It's a nice short hug.
all right, just wasn't sure it was
doesn't
necessary. I
like
thought we did that already.
Massage some shoulders afterward.
Oh no, we're not doing any of that. That's enough of that.
Well, but
He's like swatting
if you be
your hands away.
Yeah.
a little bit more alive, I'll touch Greshy for another healing burst.
Oh, I'll take that. Thank you. This does feel a bit better now. That was not great. Well, should we be heading back to the fort then, or are we going to stay here and help them clean up a bit?
Good question. Where can we do the most to prepare? Oh, by the way, the a gift from the mayor. And I'll show them both the coffer full of gold.
Nice.
Well then,
We should use this to outfit ourselves for the task ahead,
I should think so.
if we're able.
Yeah.
We'll
like
see
the
what they've got in
town's been
town, but
flooded.
I'm hoping not too much has been too terribly destroyed. But
Mm-hmm.
that way we can reinvest a bit, help them rebuild with some of the coinage versus paying us, which I'm glad they did. They should have,
Mhm.
but they also do need to rebuild.
Yeah. So shall we
Asher, are you a
grab
shark?
beer?
Am I a shark? Not right now, Greshy. I'm a person. Are you okay,
Are-
Greshy?
But
Did
you
you get-
turned into a shark.
I turned into yeah. I guess I did. I did turn into a shark. That is true.
The large fish thing with the teeth, and you just turn into that. Why hasn't that come up before?
You know, Greshy, it hasn't worked until now.
I've been
So
trying.
the first time
you've been
that's ever
trying.
worked.
You've been trying to turn into a
I-
shark for a while,
I have been trying to do a lot of things for a while, Greshy, and
and turning into
No.
a shark is one of them. I want to be clear here. Are you a person or are you a shark? Or are you one of those things that can turn into either?
I'm a person, Greshy. I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've ever turned into a shark. I don't even
Okay.
think I've seen a
Okay.
shark. Did it look cool, Greshy?
I did, actually.
I always thought it would look cool.
You had like 50, 60 teeth or something. It was actually kind of frightening if I didn't know that it was you who did that.
It was me who did that. Yes. Well, you know what? Life's full of surprises. And sometimes you try stuff. You try stuff for 30, 35, 32 years and it doesn't work. And then the 32nd year it works.
I have other questions about why you've been trying for 32 something years to turn into a shark, but we can let those sit for now. I heard Gunn say something about getting a beer, and that sounds fantastic. Let's see if we can clean up the bar and then also get some beer. Maybe we can just pay off the bar for the day. Anybody who needs something to drink can come by and get a drink.
The mayor gives us a chest full of gold. We go buy the bar.
Well, you see, we're real estate magnates now. We've got our place in Magnamar, we can have our retirement place out here in Turtleback Ferry, where we just run a bar. It could be like a TV show, like Cheers, and people, and have our little place to get together.
Turtleback Ferry, where everyone knows your name.
And then Magnamar is the spin-off where we're actually Frasier instead.
Oh my god. Yes.
You've really thought this out.
I have pop culture references all over the place today. I don't know why.
So
Okay.
we can
yeah.
we can take a load off, grab a beer, maybe. I'm sure there's still a lot of work to be done, but
Yeah, when you arrive at Bottoms Up, the bar, they are totally fine just letting you have free drinks right now.
That's fair. Well, trying to drink you out to house and home.
Well, please don't do
It's
that
fine.
much, but says one of the halflings. You're welcome to as much as you need. All right. And with that, I think that we're going to call that the end of the session.
A good plan.
yeah, we can do
As
some
the party-
offline.
I thought you were really trying to kill us, Jason.
Oh, I think he was.
I was ready to I was prepared. I'm like, all right, my character sheet, I'm gonna have to make a new one.
I am so glad I
Well,
prepped as much
Maybe
healing
I
as
was
I did.
trying to
I-
kill.
I was starting to wonder, are you supposed to party wipe at this point, and then something happens, and like you know, Black
I was
Maga
thinking,
like
this is a battle we just shouldn't have started, but it
enslaves
seems
your
so
souls or something, and
easy.
now you become an evil party.
Well, I mean, it's worse because it's like we couldn't even have run away if we wanted to. The first thing that happens is, oh, now you're confused. So now you're fighting each other and Black Maga on top of it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Good golly.
No,
We
didn't
should save
hurt
this for
each
reaction.
other.
All right. Well, with all that done, the party grabs a drink and spends a couple hours just relaxing after a well-fought battle.
And planning.
And planning to see what they're going to do next. So join us next week, Tuesday, I think.
Should be.
Yes. Okay. So next Tuesday, this time. Again, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/thirdaction. We are also on the podcast on the YouTube. Just give us a like or a follow or a review, 5-star review, 1-star review. Give me a 1-star review and tell me how much you hate my cooking. That is going to be it for the evening. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks for having fun. Good night.